Hey, how's it going guys? This is Tom from UDS and welcome to our review of Sable, a brand new open world adventure from developers Shedworks. We're going to tell you everything you need to know before you play, and don't forget to subscribe for more on all things gaming every single week. You're not going to want to miss it. There aren't many games releasing this year that have enjoyed as much hype and expectation as Sable. After initially being announced at the PC gaming show back in 2018, fans have been eagerly awaiting what looked to be decidedly unique. You play as the titular Sable, a young girl living in a strange world who must leave her nomadic clan for a coming-of-age ceremony known as the Gliding. This involves searching for a mask that will represent and define your place in society, and we'll see you hit a sea of dunes on what is a mighty cool hoverbike. Don't worry, we'll get to that in a bit. But with an unusual premise and a drop-dead gorgeous art style, does it play well and is it worth the wait? Watch on to find out. One of the most interesting and, in my opinion, best parts of Sable is its original take on narrative. Even the most open-ended game tends to have a broad story arc, but not so much here. Instead, your experience will consist of several smaller missions that you can choose to do in pretty much any order, and that will eventually blend together into the path you forge yourself. But if you're anything like me, you'll find yourself wanting to spend as much time as possible in this magical world. The desert planet of Midden may appear barren and dead at first, but scratch that surface and you'll find it teeming with life, as well as characters to interact with who will offer you information, tasks, and quests. It's through this environmental exposition that the world and story blossoms, and by taking in everything at a pace that suits you, it's impossible not to get absorbed. I mentioned that you get a pretty cool hoverbike to help you navigate the dunes, but honestly, that's probably underselling it, as it becomes one of the most important characters in the game. Named Simone, it's full of personality that can develop alongside yours, as you upgrade it both technically and cosmetically to fit your style. A lot of comparison has been made between Sable and Breath of the Wild, and it's really easy to see the similarities between Simone and Epona. Navigating on foot is also a lot of fun, as just like Link, you can pretty much explore any area, no matter how high or low. Sable has a stamina meter that can be upgraded over time, allowing you to scale most vertical obstacles. It all augments the feeling of exploration that's at the core of the overall experience, and it helps that the controls are as tight as we could hope for too. So that's a very light touch on the world and the story, but what about the gameplay? You may be surprised to hear that Sable is devoid of combat, with the challenge instead coming from an assortment of engaging puzzles you have to tackle. This definitely isn't a title for someone looking for an all-guns blazing romp, but by removing the combat entirely, it really helps to bring the puzzles and atmosphere to the forefront. And fortunately for a dummy like me, none of the puzzles are particularly challenging, instead providing a good sweet spot between difficulty and accessibility. Like I said, nothing in Sable is strictly mandatory, but completing puzzles will help you to earn rewards and evolve Sable into the person you want her to be, so there's definite value in seeking them out. Then we get to the art style. It's no exaggeration when I say Sable is one of the most visually stunning games I've ever played. Inspired by the likes of Studio Ghibli and Mobius, each moment of the game could be captured, thrust upon the wall of an art gallery, and no one would bat an eyelid. It's a real work of art, and a true feast for the eyes, all complemented by a mesmerizing score from Japanese Breakfast. Let me put it this way, I've been watching back gameplay as I type and record this script just to enjoy it all over again. As we get terrifyingly close to the end of 2021, people will start to consider their best of the year lists, and every time I think I've got the video game category nailed down, a game like Sable comes along and throws everything up in the air. Don't get me wrong, it won't be for everyone, it's a slower, more serene experience than what you might be expecting, but for those who can enjoy that style of gameplay, I can't think of a better, more gorgeous title. I'm certain Sable will be considered a cult classic for many years to come. But what did you think of Sable? Please let me know in the comments below, I would love to read your thoughts. And while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe for more video game content every single week. Or you can always visit upsidedownshark.com to find out more about everything we've got going on. But until then, my name is Tom, this has been UDS, and we'll see you next time.